Hi, YouTube. Thank you for joining me. Um, I got a note today from a lady named Jane, a fellow Minnesotan. Hi, nice to meet you. Almost anyway. We will. I bet we will. Never know. Um, that's cool. I'm glad you've been following me. It's nice to know that there are other like minded people out there. So, yeah, it's a big deal. And hi, everybody. So, anyway, today I was thinking about how to know if, like, when you're in a relationship, how to know if that's the one for you. Well, I can tell you from experience that if you ever have sexual thoughts towards somebody else, if somebody else can turn your head, that's not the one for you. Seriously. I mean, even a picture, if you think, oh, that's a sexy dude or girl or whatever, then you're not in love with who you're with. It's as simple as that. Seriously, so. And I am being really, really serious here because there's people either contemplating relationships or in relationships, and it's like that. And, you know, it's not a healthy thing, it isn't for your soul. So I just thought I'd kind of pass on what I was thinking about that. And I had some other thoughts in there too, but I'm kind of preoccupied. I know in a little while here I got all supper to make and whatever, so I got other things to do and on my mind. So I am a little kind of all over the place. Excuse that, but yeah, um, I don't know. It is an important thing, you know. It isn't a look but touch world. It really isn't. When you look, you might as well have touched. Serious. That's how it goes. And when you're committed to somebody, um, it's with your whole soul. It's not just up to a point or pieces of it, or it doesn't work in a healthy manner like that. You know, no matter who says it does. You know, there's people that feel that they have to have a separation in order to like be healthy, or absent makes the heart grow fonder. And I'll give you my words of advice: stick with it even when times are tough, even if you have to be silent, but don't leave your loved one alone. Stick with them no matter what, because when you work it out, it'll be worth it. And quiet time is good. But if you leave a relationship, let's put it this way: absence does not make the heart grow fonder. Absence means you're absent and I don't care. And that's what that means. So, um, just some words to the wise, you know. And part of that absence, really, if you're going to say, well, that person's sexy or this person's sexy, sex shouldn't even enter into your vocabulary outside of your union with your spouse. And when you meet that person, if them feelings aren't there like that, it's not real. You have to fake it. Or you're both unworthy of true commitment. That's just the way that is. So, you know, I've been through it all. I haven't done it all, but I've been through it all. I've done enough, I guess, yeah, in my life. But nothing I can't live beyond and have stand up and have integrity and that type of thing. So, yeah, and that's an important thing too. If we ever get so low that we can't get back up, what are we going to do? You know? Then I think about people that do like drink or drugs or whatever, you know. I mean, maybe just a little bit or not to excess. And I'm not talking about marijuana because I know, if like after work, if somebody has a few hits or something, I mean, if you don't get up and don't start huffing stuff down right away in the morning, it's more a recreational thing. Or stabbing stuff in your veins or sloshing crap down and you're crawling all over the place, you know, I think to myself, don't people get sick of crawling? It's kind of the same correlation with having a lower mindset. Um, Satan's right down there holding your legs so you can crawl. He isn't going to be in front of you picking you up, but he'll definitely be behind you grabbing your legs when you fall. Make sure he holds you down there. You know, he'll do anything and everything. That's what I was thinking. The other key thing I was thinking today was, oh, and then it went. Oh, it'll come back. I know it will. Um, Dang it. Yeah, I'll get it back. Um, Maybe I won't. I'll just sit here for a bit. I'll have a part of a cigarette and maybe I'll remember it. Oh, I hate when that happens. Oh well. Yeah, something else came into my mind. Just zoom, zoom. You know, it'll come back. I'll tell you when it does. But maybe about Satan keeping us down. I'm going to try and retract my steps. I was talking about drugs, being held down, not being able to get back up, and then what are we going to do? Oh, hmm. Think God ever gets sick of us when we're acting stupid? You know, I do. To me, it's like naughty kids, they just get sickening. They really do. You Naughty people get sickening too, you know. Adults, in fact, they're way, way more sickening for sure. Hmm. Sure wish I could remember what I was talking about. Hmm. Oh well. I'm sure it'll occur to me probably when I'm done here. you know, that'll maybe give me another video. But I thought it did fit in with um like controlling our sexual urges. That's something we can ask God for help with. It's one of the seven deadly sins. So it's or coveting, it falls under actual commandment. Um it says, not your neighbor or your neighbor's wife, or blah blah. That's what that falls under. Um Talk on it anyway. Well, that's okay. I'm sure it will come back to me in about 20 years. No. so, oh, gee. Oh, I got it. Don't let it go. Don't let it go. Okay, that's what it was. When you have something good going on in your life, you may not want to tell somebody that has betrayed you in the past. You might want to keep that to yourself because people's thoughts can interfere with your happiness. So it doesn't matter if it's like your mother or your father or a sibling or who it is. The longer you can keep that information from somebody that has done you dirty in the past, the better off you are. If you don't care, I mean, for me, I take things as they come each day. And this is what I know of each day. There's good and bad in every day. And I always expect the bad and I expect the good too. but I always expect the bad, and then I'm not disappointed or surprised. That's why Satan can't surprise me, because I expect his shit all the time. Never fails. But yeah, I was thinking about how I told the wrong people that I thought were like family members about my children's lives, and I ended up getting betrayed on that, and it actually was worse on my kids. And if I hadn't ever said anything, I'm sure their lives might have been better, at least at that moment. But when you're dealing with people from the Illuminati, um, they have ways and means of communicating throughout the world, no matter where somebody goes. So it's like the book I was going to write. Well, started writing. My computer blew up. You can run, but you just can't hide. And you can't, because their eyes are everywhere, that all seeing eye. Well, so is God's, you know. I love it when people try to lie and they're doing a video and you can see right in their eyes, you know. But then they'll try and like yell or talk fast or be exuberant or show you something or do something to take your mind off of their bullshit, you know, like, look, you know, look at this pen, you know, or my new t-shirt, I'm a liar, you know. So anyway, yeah. Oh, not, no, there was rain this morning, but they say Thursday and Friday we're supposed to get a break, and then more rain after that. So, and they got 2 feet of snow out in Montana. That's crazy. Yeah, got cute little pictures of my granddaughters the other day and today. Only, well, two of them. One of them must be busy or shy. You know, I'm thinking shy. I think she's going through an age where everything was okay, but now it's not, type of thing. So, like we all do, you know. So, like one day it'll be just terrific, and the next is like, well, I could have lived without this day, you know. Yeah, I've got yard work to do before fall or before winter hits. It is fall. Doug's been working on a shed that he's building for his hot rod, and maybe we can fit two of them in there. We're thinking the little short truck and the Mustang convertible. So it'd be nice, because in our shop we got a customer vehicle that takes up an awful lot of room, plus all the tools and everything. I know when he gets busy in there, it's like a bomb went off with the tools, and then you got to spend a day or more cleaning it up just to be able to work again, you know. I used to do a lot of that, but I don't really help them much anymore like I used to. So I was kind of stupid way back when, wasting my energy for a lot of people that didn't really care. So, you know, it's like, yeah, well, whatever, you know. That brings me back to, I mean, I don't live with somebody that's stupid enough to say she's sexy or whatever. Um, he's not that stupid, but still, the appreciation that I expect in my life as a woman, I have never seen in this life, for myself anyway. I really don't believe in true love. I've never actually seen it. I've seen people that say they are, but displaying that and actually what that means to me, I have never seen on this planet. I think it's gone. You know, I think it faded away. I'm not saying people don't love each other. It's just not like it should be. It's all pretty unhealthy in this world nowadays. Seems like one person will have faith in God and the other one won't, Or if you have two junky people together, that's way bad, you know. Well, maybe that's a good thing too, because then they would deserve each other and nobody innocent would be getting hurt. So that's probably a good thing, come to think of it. Yeah. I'm feeling a little weird. I had this one sweatshirt that had been in mothballs, which I'm allergic to, and I should have washed it twice, but I thought all of it was out of there, and I had it on and had to take it off and go wash, and it's like, oh my God. So I feel a little overheated, plus I got the dryer going, and I got my windows open too, so it's kind of one of them days where it's hot and cold at the same time. So that's what I'm feeling like right now. So it's not menopause because I went through that at 34. So yeah, which was way early. I know when I can tell when a woman's going through it. You know, maybe give her a little advice. If anybody is, sleep by a window and have lots of blankets so you can open your window, close your window, take your covers off, put them back on, and eat lots of sweet potatoes. And if you can find non GMO popcorn, there's estrogen in popcorn, and there's estrogen in tofu, soy products, soybeans. If you like them roasted soybeans, I'm allergic, but they are good. Um, let's see what else is good. Well, I know a lot of people don't suggest dairy products, but I do. Because, well, not just because I'm from a dairy state, but I just know I'm strong. And when I don't have a glass of milk, I don't feel as strong because it's liquid protein. It's whey protein, It's like what bodybuilders use. Because if you use your muscles hard, you have to supplement that. And I can't eat enough kale to move 400 pounds if I have to move it, which I can't, but kale's not going to cut it. You know, that's just my observation, you know. And then they say, well, like eggs are bad for you. And when, like, uh, Arnold Schwarzenegger was Mr. Atlas or Mr. Universe, he was eating hard boiled eggs for the protein because when you're building your muscles, that's what you want. So, and when you get older, your protein's a really big deal. Probably the biggest deal in your muscle mass. You don't want to lose any of your muscle mass. You want to keep it. So otherwise, like I'd be having like chicken. I mean, they're softer. I'm older, but I mean I'd have like way chicken wing. I wouldn't have. And this is my injured arm. This one's actually stronger. This one I'm building up more because I caught dug out of a tree and it smashed here and here and it broke it here and it broke it here. So, and it hurt. And he's not a little guy at the time. He gets mad when I say it's the truth, but he was over 300 pounds at the time. Probably 325, 345. Huge. And he's a chunk. He's solid. He's 5'7", but his calves are almost as big as my thighs. So yeah, catching him, and he had the chainsaw. So I caught him on my shoulder and I kind of pushed him back up and then grabbed the chainsaw with my other hand and set it down and then got him down on the ground. I had to run across the driveway and catch him and the chainsaw. He said, I should have let him fall. And I'm like, well, you wouldn't have bounced, but next time I will let you fall, I told him. you know, because broken bones aren't cool and I have osteoarthritis. So um, they say there's other ways to get calcium too. It's a different kind. It is. I know the difference. I know what my body feels like when I eat something or when I don't. So, and I did the vegetarian thing for a long time. So, no sugar, no fat. But now I pretty much eat whatever I want whenever I want it, and I can maintain my weight and my strength. As long as, it's like every few days, if I have a treat, or if I have a treat for 3 days, then I'll go quite a few days without, that type of thing. So, like the other day, I made French fries, which I don't normally do, but I made some with a hamburger. So to me, that was like a treat. And, you know, I mean, that's what I mean. It doesn't always have to be sugar, but something that's not the best for me, you know. Although it was canola oil, but technically they say, and that's non-saturated fat. That's a kind of a lie. It's still emulsified. It's a mixture. Actually, canola is just a fancy name meaning any kind of vegetable. It could have soy, it could have rapeseed, it could have corn in there. Um, there's no such thing as a canola grain, if you didn't know. So it is one of the lighter oils, but no fat is good fat. No sugar is good sugar. It's like in your fruits or vegetables or fruits. But veggies, some of them you shouldn't even eat them raw. You know, they're better, more uh, soluble in your system if you cook them, like carrots, for instance. Broccoli is another one. I love raw broccoli though. I like to take just raw broccoli and ranch dressing. And I used to hate ranch dressing unless I had broccoli, cauliflower. I'd take carrot sticks and celery sticks and whatever, fresh veggies, and I have this big salad bowl, and I just put them there in bunches, and we'd eat them like that. And then I would make some like in with lettuce, make it salads. Then when we were just about done with everything, I'd take that and some onion and chop it up and throw it in like a soup or a stew. So nothing went to waste. I still like to do that, but with only two people, it's kind of a lot of veggies. But yeah, we eat quite a bit of veggies, but we haven't been as much lately. So I've been craving carrots, and it is the season, so I gotta get. And they're so cheap here. Carrots are like really inexpensive, so I want to get some frozen ones. I'm not supposed to have canned goods, so it's nice just to have a bag of carrots and be able to throw them in a pan and cook them in a little bit of butter. I put a little bit on everything, and then when Doug gets it, he puts a little bit more, and I don't even watch. I'm like, a couple times I've just reached over and took a big glob and threw it on whatever he was eating, and then he'd almost like take a little more just to be an ass, and or actually because he loves it that much. He says because they didn't get it when they were younger. I'm like, well, neither did I, but that ain't no excuse. A lot of times we had that margarine, and way back when I was really tiny, I can remember these cases of margarine, and they were white, and then they had these red tabs of dye that you'd mix in a pound of margarine, and it would turn it yellow. Oh, how gross. Just to think of that red number dye that's actually made out of animal tissue and retin, if you know what that is, from the stomach lining of an animal, and they use it in different cheeses and stuff like that. Or rennet. That's what it is. Yeah. Oh my God, yuck. So I'd put in just like a little piece of it and mix it in there. Try to, when you're little, it's hard to do things. I went had some weird cooking experiences. I made like head cheese, out of a deer's head with my mom when I was growing up, and that's totally using every part of your animal. And literally, a coat was made out of that one too, a buckskin jacket. And I used to make moccasins. I had somebody ask me if said my room looked something like the basement of Silence of the Lamb, where Clarice was kept, or like Hannibal or whatever, and asked if I made my own skin lampshades out of skin. No, I don't, but that's a really good idea. Maybe someday I will, because I made my own moccasins. I literally tanned hides when I was a little kid. If I went squirrel hunting or rabbit, I made like a rabbit purses. The flap would be rabbit in the whole back. And I made my own moccasins. I even tanned a squirrel hide, stretched it out, made a board, stretched it out, and used salt to tan it, and then oil to make it pliable and preserve it, and stuff. So I made my own hides in my room when I was a little kid. I didn't even know I had Native American in me at the time. I was just doing what seemed natural. I used to cook and sew in my room too. I had a little tiny sewing machine when I was about 5. You'd like zing the side of it. It was called a Barbie sewing machine. And then it would stitch a little bit, and then you'd have to zing it again and it would stitch. And then I had an easy make oven and would cook little cakes and stuff in my room. I did, well, like beading and knitting and all kinds of artwork, all kinds, all the time. I spent 99% of my life in my room when I was a kid because I was either getting in trouble, which I actually wasn't in trouble, but they would provoke it. So I was either in there for being in trouble, and then after a while, I was in there because I would have been in trouble if I had spent another minute with them. So I kept to myself quite a bit. So anyway, yeah. And read a lot. I really, really read a lot. I suggest people do read. I mean, pick a good book and read, and you'll just get lost in it. It's a good idea. Sometimes I had to study, like if it was history or whatever, that type of thing, English, math, whatever. Um, Not always my strongest suit, but like, excuse me, I got a itch, but on my foot. But I was really surprised when I went to dealer school and could learn to read um, 5 and 6 hands of blackjack at one time, plus my own. Plus, I knew what cards were in the shoe, they called it. If there was 7 decks in there, I could memorize them all, like totally a card counter. And that's the way that happens. So, well, I'm going to let y'all go. I have stuff to do now. So, peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. Thank you for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow, most likely.